Yo, it's your main man, E Vapors, back with another Cartalk TV. And y'all know we got something special today, man. We got none other than Will Motivation. Yes, Will Motivation. Big time entrepreneur, big time go-getter, big time Mr. Make It Happen. And yes, we're going to talk about Lamborghini Aventador. Yes, we're going to talk about Lamborghini Huracan. And we want to greet all of our guests as they're coming in, and we're going to get started here in a second, man. We're going to let the wave come on in. We're going to get started. But I'm excited, and I know my co-host, Shoutout. And if you're new to Cartalk TV is comprised of myself, E Vapors, and it's also comprised of my main man, Shoutout, owner of Sierra's Luxury, man. Yes, owner of Sierra's Luxury. You need to get around in the Maryland DMV area in style, in a Bentley, in a Maybach, in a you name it luxury. Yeah, Sierra's Luxury is who you want to contact, man. Like I said, my main man, Cartalk, and your boy E Vapors, man, we united forces. And what we want to do is bring you car enthusiasts. We want to bring you YouTubers that have dope cars, you know. But we don't want to just show you the cars. We want to explain why and how they got to where they are. So I'm excited, man. There's gonna be a whole wave of YouTubers with their cars. Some of you know, some of you may not know, some of you may be introduced to for the first time. But I want to say hello to everybody coming in, man. You know, we like to make this thing personal, man. Born to be great, J-Rock, BMW IA Gang, Sierra's Luxury, of course, in here. My co-host, Kasho Rail, is in here, man. We see y'all rolling up in here. We appreciate y'all, man. And we got the man of the hour in here. So let's go ahead and let's not even delay. Let's go ahead and get this thing started, man. So without further ado, I'm going to hit Will Motivation. Yeah, here we go. It's connected, man. It's connecting. I'm excited. Hey, Will,
What up?
what's going on, man? Look, I know it's a little hot outside, so I know you might not spend the whole time out in the garage. If you need to sit in the office, hey, it's all to the good, baby.
It's all good. I'm gonna go out here now.
All right. Look, I just threw my Ray-Bans on too. I knew I was rocking with Will Motivation. I had to make sure I wore the authentic Ray-Bans this time.
Hey, these ain't so authentic, but I like them.
Okay. Hey, look. If it look good, it look good, baby.
Hey, man, I go to places where they they don't sell the authentic for a reason.
Facts. All facts, man. Yeah. But as I was introducing you, man, the intro to your channel, where my main man demonology, I felt like I was channeling my inner demonology. Motivation, will motivate, and then Tall Guy was like, will motivation,
Yeah,
will motivation. You know
yeah,
what I
they're my
mean?
dudes. They're my
Yeah,
dudes,
man.
man. Big shout out to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, big shout out to Demonology, man, and prayers up to him a couple months ago, man. You know, he got hit with the thing, man, and he recovered just fine, man. So prayer works.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm glad to see he's doing better. That's my
Yeah,
big brother right there.
I don't know if you heard, TJ Millionaire Mentor, when he bought his demon, everybody was in his comments saying you got to get in contact with Demonology. Like, they didn't drop anybody else's name. I didn't even think of another person. I said you need to talk to Demonology.
Right.
And from what I understand, they're supposed to be, connecting and maybe shooting a video or something, man, to help TJ control that demon because it's a monster.
Yeah, I hope so, man. They seem like well, I've never met TJ Money Mentor, but if he's cool with Corey from Tall Guy Car Reviews, I'm sure he's a cool dude. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they make that happen.
Yeah, I hope so too, man. I talked to him a few times, man. He's prior military, just like me. So that was a dope thing, man. But
Which branch of the military?
um, we both did Navy. I did 20 years in the Navy myself.
Hmm.
I'm not sure how many years he did. I know he got out and started his business and everything, but I retired in 2012 after 20 years in the Navy.
Hey, thank you for your service, brother. My dad was
Hey,
military.
okay. It all connects, man. And my co-host Carsho Rail, he's prior military as well, Army.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's what's
man.
up. Is
Yeah,
Rail on
yeah.
here?
Yeah, he's on here. He's under his name, Carsho Rail. He's in the comments too. I'm
What
trying to
up?
see. I think he dropped something that I need to pin. I'm trying to scroll back, Carsho Rail. Let me see if I can pin that comment of yours. Oh, there you go. I see it. Yeah, pin the comment right there, man. And look, hey Will, I've been getting fancy with the IG and stuff, man. I learned how to put little videos up. You know what I mean? You ever do that when you go live?
Nah. I don't even know what you're talking about with the live. I know I could post videos on Instagram, but
Look at that right there.
yeah, what's that? What's up with that? That's tight.
Yeah. Look, I know you Mr. IT. I'm Mr. Social Media.
Yo, that's dope
I,
right there.
yeah. IG rolled that out, man. I don't know. Recently, I'll just say recently they rolled it out, man. And I think it's a good thing because, like, I could switch, myself on the big screen, or I could switch back and just say, hey, like I'm talking to you, and I want people to see a particular picture or a video. It kind of brings a little bit of life
Where
to
does
the
it come
conversation.
from? Does it come from YouTube or where's it come from?
All the pictures or videos on your phone are accessible.
Oh, dang, that's dope.
Yeah. So I downloaded a couple clips of you, a couple pictures when we were making the thumbnail, and yeah. So I said, man, I love how IG put that together. It's kind
Oh,
of a
that's
helpful
tight.
little tool, man. Um,
Yeah, they're gonna have me doing some lives on Instagram here in a minute.
yeah, man. But look, just to kind of get started, man. First of all, I want to thank you for joining Cartalk TV.
Absolutely.
We appreciate what you're doing, and we want to
Likewise.
say thank
Thank you,
you.
brother. I
And
appreciate you.
and beyond that, man, it's way bigger than cars for us on Car Talk TV. Like we love the cars.
Hmm.
Everybody does. I mean, there's a car on every corner, every channel. But what you never hear is a snippet of how the individual that has the car got there. You know what I'm saying? What
Yeah.
what would you say is one of the pieces where you first got started that you don't mind sharing? Something that really is the beginning of where you are now.
The beginning of where I'm at now, man. So I have like a saying that I came up with that kind of that I speak to myself. And it's kind of like my story. My saying goes like this. It goes like this. Figure out what you want and act accordingly. So if you know that you want to have a better life, or you know you want to have a certain lifestyle, you know you want certain things not to be a problem for you, then you have to do what other people do that have the situation that you want to have. You have to learn what they do and then act like they do. And that means doing the things they do. So if they work hard, you got to adapt that into your lifestyle, right? You got to work hard. If they invest in real estate, then you need to figure out how to invest in real estate. If they start businesses and they're entrepreneurs, then you need to figure out how to start your own business and be an entrepreneur. If they have some kind of high paying skill, whatever it is, then you need to have your own high paying skill. And so you're acting accordingly, based on achieving the things that you want to achieve, whatever they are. So the thing that kind of got me, I don't know, man. There's so many things like to my story, man. Like I have the basic foundation of a good family. I had,
Right.
I went and got educated, thanks to my parents, kind of setting that expectation. I chose to go into a career field that turned out to be a good decision. I'm a software engineer by trade, and I'm pretty good at it. So I built, I mean, the foundation to kind of the wealth and everything has been what I learned how to do in college. I learned how to write software, and then I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. So I was like acting according to what I saw other people do to achieve, you know, to get outside of that box of having a job and a limit, right? When I had a job, I had a boss, and if the boss didn't believe in me, or he didn't see me as being like the top tier, then he wasn't gonna pay me like that, and he wasn't gonna promote me like that. So for me, that was the box, man, and I was like, I got to get outside of this box because I believe in myself more than any of these people. So that was the entrepreneurship thing, and I used my skill that I learned, which was software engineering, and I developed a social network, um,
Right.
similar to Facebook, but before Facebook. So that's the foundation of kind of how I got outside of the box. And then once you become an entrepreneur, man, you can go in so many different directions. So I have so many different things I'm involved in at this point, that got me kind of where I am now.
Got you. And that social network that you referred to, if I'm not mistaken, when I saw an episode on your channel, I've seen just about all your videos. Didn't you mention that on the Monique show? For those of you that know that funny comedian Monique, when she had a talk show, I'm just trying to frame that you didn't just get in the game. Like, you didn't just start this in 2014, 2015.
Nah.
When Monique had her TV show, wasn't that in the 90s, if I'm not mistaken?
It was in the like 2000.
Early 2000. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I got on. I think I got on the Monique show probably like 2008 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, man, like a lot of people want to have like the overnight success story type of thing, or like quick money. There actually is a such thing as quick money and legal money. We could talk about that later. But for me, like it was years of grinding, man. I didn't just like appear on the scene. I mean, like when I started talking about these Lamborghinis and stuff like that, I could have bought a Lamborghini a long time ago, but I didn't because I was building my business. You know, I was reinvesting money in my business, and I didn't feel like I was at a point where I was going to waste, you know, $100,000 or $200,000 on a car because I wasn't going to take that money and buy real estate and stuff like that. But nah, I've been grinding. Like I started my business in 1999 is when I started. I didn't make a dollar with it until 2002. And then I didn't quit my daytime job until 2004. So I have been grinding from 99 to 2004 on the side hustle. And then 2004, I quit and, you know, built out this business and several businesses after that.
Right. And speaking of that, man, one thing I want to know, and everybody has different reasons why they do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that you spoke on requires a lot of time, and I know you're busy. Carshore Rail, we understand that you're busy too.
Yeah.
What made you start the YouTube channel with you having your hands on so many different things, being fully engaged in your businesses? And I, as a YouTuber, I know how time consuming YouTube can be. What made you start the YouTube channel?
That's a good question, man. It's pretty simple. Like for me, I wanted to buy a Lamborghini Gallardo, right? And I was like, I had a hard time justifying spending $100,000 on a car. Like, even though I could afford it, I just was like, man, how can I make sense out of spending that much money on a car, right? So I wanted to do it. So I started looking on YouTube, and I found Stradman. Stradman is one of the most popular car YouTubers,
Right.
and he had a Lamborghini Gallardo. And I saw this dude, and I was like, this is interesting. This dude is on YouTube talking about his experience with his Lamborghini, and he's sharing his experience. And I was like, if I can do that, and I can reach more people like me when I was a kid, like or young people, and I can reach them and show them how I was able to do it, then for me that can justify me spending that money on the car. So that's what happened, man. I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy this Lamborghini. I'm gonna start a YouTube channel, and I'm gonna share everything I can for the people that want to know how to get there. I'm gonna be as open as possible and showing them how I got there, so maybe they can, you know, pattern themselves after some things that I've learned. So that's how I got started in YouTube, man, and I'm glad I did it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm 1000% glad you did it. And as a YouTuber, as a new YouTuber, I speak myself, man. You're definitely very encouraging. And my channel literally is I like to label it MCM, and I'm not talking about the MCM bag.
Mhm.
Motivation, cars, and money. So I love to motivate people, man. I'm a natural encourager. And when I saw your channel, I'm like, okay, did I just create a Will motivation channel? He motivate. he got cars and he got money. I'm like, did I just do that by accident? You know what I'm saying? Did I cross a copyright line or something? You know?
Nah,
But
man, you know what
but
it is? Like, I'm sorry, I was just gonna say, man, like
yeah,
some of us are motivated by some similar things, you know. And if we can inspire each other, or if we're interested in the same things, it just resonates. Um, but nah, like I mean, there's people out there like us, you know. They
yeah.
like cars. They like the path, you know, figuring out how to make money and provide for their family and take care of things, right? So yeah, man, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I was going to ask you a question, man. Like, so when I started my YouTube channel, um,
Hmm.
and it just happened to work this way with the way life is, that week, actually a month before that, me and my wife was planning on buying my mother a car.
Yep.
And God, we're in a position financially and everything to buy her a car. And so we went and got the car, and literally that was around the same time I was ready to record my first YouTube vlog, so to speak. So I said, well, I might as well record me driving to my mom's house and and presenting her the car, and
Hmm.
we'll see what happens. And
Hmm.
long story short, when I first started following you, I like to go back. I do a filter, oldest video. And then I just start having, I get my popcorn out and I just watch all the videos of people that I really rock with. And then I saw you again. I already felt like I was copying you. Then I saw you get your mama a car. Was that one of your favorite episodes or moments in time? How would you quantify that moment of giving your mom a car?
Um, how would I? For me, like it was kind of simple. I mean, like it was cool for YouTube because I'm thinking to myself, if I put this on YouTube, I know other people can relate to it because they want to do good things for their family, right?
Right.
But personally for me, my mom is so good, man. My mom is like a really good example of a woman, man. She doesn't ask for anything. She's real humble. She doesn't expect, like as I had success, she didn't expect me to do or give anything to her. So for me, like to do it, it was just something like it was just something that if she need a car, like she got it. Like, so for me, it was kind of simple because my mom, whatever my mom would need, like she's gonna have it, right? So for me, it was like it was one of those things where okay, it looks like she's talking about fixing her car. And like, what? Well, how old is this car? Let's just get her a car and do something different. Like, and she's getting older, so you like she might not do this for herself. So we got to do it, as her kids and stuff. So nah, I try to like downplay things, personally, like within my family and things like that. But I thought for YouTube it would be good because I know other people want to do nice things for their parents, right? Especially when their parents take care of them, and so like. But personally, it was like kind of on a humble thing, within my family, and I don't try to make a big deal about it, because I
Yeah.
got four brothers and sisters. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So for me, it was like, okay, this is not just from me. This is from all of us,
Right.
and it really is because if they support me, then anything that I have is from them as well. You know what
Facts.
I'm saying? So
Facts.
so for it, like internally, personally, it was a humble thing. It wasn't my mom. Whatever I have, my mom has it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so yeah. So it was cool. But yeah, on YouTube, I figured that would be a nice thing to share. That other people
Yeah.
might be inspired.
Yeah. And speaking of like sharing, man, I know a lot of times people struggle with what to share because there are so many things that I already know and you ain't even got to say it. I know you give, I know you do for folk, I know you pour into people who probably got double digit years of doing that. But I often sometimes struggle with that healthy balance of what to share because I know when I was struggling and I was living paycheck to paycheck,
Mhm.
I was inspired when I saw moments of giving, whether it was on television or
Yeah,
wherever. So
yeah.
do you think about that a lot? Like, should I share this or should I
Oh, on
not share
YouTube?
this? Yeah, yeah,
What? Yeah. I do. Like I do. I do, but so it just comes out like, okay, how am I going to share it? Like I want to share this, but I got to be careful on how I share it and how I show it, and I got to make sure I give some context to everything. You know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of people, if they look but they don't listen, they're gonna think you're showing off, right? But
right.
if they listen, then they see, okay, why is this dude sharing this? Oh, because he wants to show us how to do it too. So if you listen, and if I make sure I'm trying to make that clear as a theme of my channel, then I don't worry about it too much because I got so many videos where if I'm showing something, then I'm trying to also show you how you can have it yourself. So I don't worry about it as much because that's where my intention comes from. But it's a real thing though. You got to be careful how you do something because if you miss the point, then you miss the point, right? And that's the most important thing about dropping or sharing is that make sure people get the point.
Facts, facts, man. And on that same line of giving, I really feel like you're giving by creating that real estate course because you easily could sit on every bit of knowledge that you have, everything that you learned in business. Why did you create the real estate course per se?
That's a great question, man. To be honest, that wasn't even on the radar other than YouTube, right? So on YouTube, I was just like, okay, I'm doing all this stuff related to real estate. As long as I got time and remember to do it, I'm gonna turn on the camera and I'm gonna show people what I'm doing so that they can see the behind the scenes to the cars and stuff, right? But then people started to ask me on my YouTube channel. They were like, how do you have a real estate course? Specifically, they were asking me that, and I was like, no, I don't have no online course, and it wasn't even on the radar. But then I started doing some research. I was like, okay, how does this online course stuff work? Because people are asking me if I have one. So I looked up and I found this guy named Tanner J. Fox. He had a Lamborghini as well, and he was talking about how he did online courses teaching people how to like do Amazon fulfillment, right?
Right.
And so I started listening to him, and I was like, okay, he's showing exactly the blueprint how to do the courses, and he showed what software you use to create it and all that. So after I learned how you do it and what software to use to make it simple, I was like, okay, I can do this. It's just like recording a YouTube video. I just got to be disciplined about it. So I took all of like 2018, man, all my free time, bro. I was grinding, developing the comprehensive course, man, and but it was just a response to what people were asking for, and like part of me is like, I'll give away this game for free, which
Right.
I do. But if somebody wants that organized so that they can go through it and even get the real behind the scenes, the stuff that I wouldn't put on YouTube. Like for example, in my course, I put information about all of my real estate transactions, how much money I made, how much the house cost me, how much I sold it for, how much I rented it for, what's my whole portfolio look like. I show all of that, bro, all my numbers and everything, which I wouldn't put on YouTube because people, you become a target at some point, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't put all of that stuff on YouTube. But if somebody, invests in the course and invests in me and my time, then I'm gonna invest in them and I'm gonna open up the book, the books for real. So it was just a response to what people were asking for, and those people that are serious, then they got, they put some money up. It's just like this time. Money is time. So they giving me some of their time by putting the money in, and I'm giving them all of my time that I put, 2018, all my free time right there.
Facts, man. I thought it was a dope idea because so many times, and that's kind of why myself and Carshall Rail are doing Cartalk TV. Yeah, we see the cars. We see the, big YouTubers with all kind of cars. And there's some 17-year-olds sitting at home almost feeling completely detached as if, well, I can never do that because it's
Right.
almost like that person always had that, and I just love to hear the behind the scenes story, and I appreciate you sharing, that element as far as real estate. But let's get into the cars, man.
Yeah.
Now I don't have the treasure trove of cars that you have, but on my level, I will say this. I got my i8, that's my baby and everything,
Uh-huh.
and they say cars are like kids. You shouldn't have a favorite, but I got a favorite.
What's your favorite?
It sure ain't the Corolla wheel. Let me tell you that. My favorite is the i8. Obviously that's my baby. So I'm just trying to throw the same question to you. Do you have a favorite of all your cars? Not even talking about what's right behind you.
Yeah, man. Like, but sort of for me, like I have a favorite for different reasons. Like if I had to pick one car that's like, this is my car, like this is what I think is the best car, it's the Huracan,
Mm,
right? If that's my favorite, and if I had to pick one, but I don't even need these glasses. But like, don't sleep on let me turn this around.
yeah.
This don't sleep on this, man. If I had to drive one on a trip, like on a long
Yeah.
trip, that's my favorite right there.
Okay.
The sound of it, it's more comfortable than both of these. Now, does it look better? Is it faster? No. I mean, to me, this is the best looking one right here. But
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
but then if you wanna stun on them, like this is like making a statement right here. when, when,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? When you buy this car, you're like, yeah, I can. And it's like, yeah, bro, yeah.
Yeah,
But you
bro.
know what I'm saying? But like, if I had to whittle it down, that's my dream car, man. When I saw this car in the magazines when it first came out, I was like, what's funny, man? Like I saw it in the magazine when it came out. That was 2015, right? 2014.
Right.
And at that point in time, it wasn't even on my radar. I wasn't thinking about how I could get one or anything. It was just like, that's my dream car. It would be dope to drive one, to own one, and that's it. That's it. But I wasn't like, okay, I'm gonna go get me a Lamborghini, you know, and 2 years from now I'm gonna get me one of these. It wasn't even like that. It was more like I just put it there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the dream car. And then I kept grinding, man. Kept grinding,
Yeah.
and then next thing you know, you walk up the ladder, man, and then wow, I could reach out and put that in the garage. That's what happened.
Yeah. Hey, so the horsepower in the Huracan, I had a question in the chat.
Yep.
You have a supercharger on there, right?
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So she probably pushing what, eight something?
Yeah, 800. A little
Eight.
bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. I got like little secret stuff going on here.
Oh yeah. I was about to say I would love to see you and Demonology line up.
I need a rematch, man. Hey, there he is, right there.
Yeah, I see him. Hold on. Did you see what he said? You see what Demonology just said?
That's some slow dream car.
Oh no. Demonology always stealing the show no matter where he's at.
He said that's some slow dream car.
Boy.
I'm coming for you, man.
Now look, we was just praying for Demonology a couple months ago.
Right, he coming
And now
here
he ain't here tripping.
with his demonism. Hey, you know what though? Demonology said something that stuck with me. And I don't know if it was a live stream he did or a video, or if it was when I saw him in person. He said at some point, when it comes to fast cars and racing people and stuff, he said at some point you racing another man's pockets. And I thought about that, and that stuck with me because I was like, yeah, I agree with that, because it's always going to be somebody faster than you. So what you got to do, like when it comes to cars, man, you got to figure out where do you want to be, like what's good enough for you, because it's always going to be somebody faster. And I ain't into racing nobody's pockets, because you know, if I'm racing pockets, it's to fill the pockets of my kids and my family. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not to be throwing it in a car to be, you know, beating somebody on the track or something. So. Hey, shout out to Criminology for them facts. But I'm
Big.
getting my soul back though.
Yeah. He said you can't run fast in your dreams. So I don't know if that's a reference to something, or is that some kind of philosophical.
My dream car.
Oh, you can't run. Oh, okay. I got you. Man.
That's funny,
Yeah.
man. Hey,
Yeah.
shout out to
That's a good.
Criminology.
Yeah. Big shout out, man. That's a good dude, man. But on the cars though, I'm gonna just inject myself into this one, man. Again, I had never seen your channel before. When we talk about dream cars, the
Yep.
Huracan, people that know me, when I used to want a Corvette so bad,
Yep.
went to the I-8, but my dream car that I say I'm going to next is going to be the Huracan. And lo and behold, you have a beautifully wrapped Huracan there. Is there a particular reason you wrapped it that color?
That's a great question, bro. That's a real good question.
Any
I'm gonna tell you
significance?
why that's such a good question. So first, I saw this car in the magazine, and I was like, "That's the car. That's my dream car. It's the most beautiful car I've ever seen." Right. Then, as I'm looking at Huracans on the internet, on YouTube, right, I saw this video. I think I was looking at raps or something on Huracans. I saw this video of this exact wrap on a Huracan with the exact same, like I'm gonna show you all the details. It had the exact same gloss black down the center.
Oh,
So they
yeah.
wrapped that. It had the exact same black wrap on the mirrors, and it had this exact same satin chrome red wrap from Avery. So for me, it was like, okay, man, I've only seen one car like that, and that is my dream car right there. Like that's that whole setup. So, you know, like the significance for me is like, this is kind of like dream come true, you know, territory for me, because I wanted it to be just like what I saw, and it turned out a little bit better, man, because I add my own little touch to it, because like that's my little trademark, doing the brushed aluminum like they have on the Audis. I like to put
Right.
those, like the lip on the Huracan has the brushed aluminum. It's also on the Aventador.
Yeah.
So that's my
That's tough.
little accent. Then I do the ears with the brushed aluminum, like
Oh yeah,
right there.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did it on here too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it matches up with the champagne color of the car. You can
Oh
see
man, that's
that.
tough. Yeah. That's real tough.
Yes,
That's real
sir.
tough.
Yes, sir.
Another comment from Demonology. There's no Floyd Mayweathers in drag racing. We all lose. I can agree to that. I can agree to
Knowledge.
that.
Knowledge.
Knowledge. On that, I'm glad you said knowledge. Where did the name come from? Where did the name? Is that a friend of yours? Is that your old nickname? Is that something? Where did knowledge come from?
So back in the day, there was this dude, Ty Lopez, and he was running these commercials on YouTube, and he would come out and he would be like talking in his garage, and a part of his commercial to pique people's interest while he was talking, he would be showing the cars behind him. And he would be like, yeah, so I have these Lamborghinis here in my garage. And but what's more important than the Lamborghinis is knowledge. And I have these books, behind me is knowledge. And so everybody liked those commercials when he would be like knowledge. And I think I even saw somebody remix it and it was like knowledge. And I was like, I like that, man. So I kind of picked that up from Ty Lopez. So I had a white Lamborghini Gallardo. I called it Knowledge. And then when I got this one, this is like Knowledge 2.0. So this is the right one. The other one was a 580-2, which is not really what I wanted, but it was so much cheaper.
Yeah.
Had to step my way up.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, the Gallardo, man, I remember the Gallardo. All of the Lamborghinis obviously have their own flavors. What about the Gallardo maybe you liked over your other two? Is there something about the Gallardo that you can only get in the Gallardo that you enjoyed versus the Aventador and the Huracan?
I like the Gallardo because it's the slowest of the group, but it's the same one that could give Demonology the smackdown.
Right, I knew that's what. Right.
It's like nah, the Gallardo, man, it sounds better. It sounds better, like the natural sound of the Gallardo engine on the first generation Gallardo had the best sound when you getting into it. It sound. I mean, the Aventador, like when you're going all out in the Aventador, it's comparable, right? Because the Aventador has like a scream to it. But the Gallardo, man, driving it every day around town, the sound of it is the best. It's definitely quick enough. It's definitely like fast enough. You're not gonna be complaining about the Gallardo being slow. And it's a little smaller than both the Huracan and the Aventador. But I can't say it's better in other categories than the Aventador or the Huracan. I can't say it's better. But like as an entry-level Lamborghini and like a classic, it's a fun car, man. It's a classic car. And, I've had 3 of them just because I miss how they drive. I miss the kind of the fun factor of them. And yeah, I might have another one someday. We'll see.
Yeah, so how was that gated? How was that driving the gated?
I haven't driven a gated Lambo yet.
No?
Nah, all of mine have been the dual clutch or the e-gear. So
Okay,
like the Aventador has a e-gear style transmission. The Huracan has a dual clutch, which is the fastest, and just the fastest. And then the Gallardo has the e-gear, and it drives like a manual though. Like it's got the pauses and the drama and stuff, and so does the Aventador.
Gotcha, man. And on the same note of the Aventador, what about the Aventador? And I know a lot of specs on the Aventador. What about the Aventador? You say, well, you know what? This is the 2 things that I really, really love about the Aventador over anything else.
I'm gonna have to say the shock factor. Like if you wanna, like it's presence. Like it's number 1 in presence. I think, rival any supercar or even hypercar, the presence of the Aventador, right? So that's number 1. Number 2, like the sound is kind of crazy, man. And the fact that you get the right exhaust on it, it'll spit flames, and flames is pretty dope.
Right. I heard you talking about that. I heard you talking about that in one of your latest videos, right?
Oh, it's on the way, bro. It's on the way. Flames are coming. And I got my Jesus sandals too for Demonology.
Yeah.
Demonology,
just for him.
Some of them.
Just for he can't wear them. He can't wear them. The demons
Demons
don't like that. Boy, that's a good dude right there, man. I gotta be careful though. He a big dog, man. I'm a small fish trying to come upstream. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know what kind of business you got, right?
Well, demonology.
Yeah.
What does he do?
Let me tell me a little bit of his business. This dude is like a Hoist Gracie martial artist.
Really?
Yeah, so you know when I talk stuff, I always have to then I gotta bow down so I don't get my arm broke or something.
Oh, facts. Well, let me chill out. Let me chill out there real quick. Sensei demonology, I apologize.
Big
But
shout
that
out.
man, that joint is tough, man. That's a tough car. And I've only seen one in person, and I was at the it was at a Bentley dealership in Charlotte, and like you
Hmm.
said, the presence of that car is absolutely crazy. And looking at it on camera and looking at it on YouTube doesn't really justify how wide it is. Do you have
Yeah,
any
it's wide,
issues
bro.
as far as like curbing or anything like that in the Aventador?
I haven't because I done got a little bit of experience being careful. But like if you try to trailer this car and ship this car,
Yeah,
um, you like it's one of the widest cars. Period. Look at how wide them tires and stuff. It's like Batman status
yeah,
with it.
yeah.
But no, I haven't curbed that. I did curb the Huracan one time. I curbed this
Right.
back wheel. I curbed that, but I got it fixed up. Wasn't too bad, about $80. Fixed it up.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, that's the only time I was in a parking garage when I curbed that car, man. I was salty.
So like the parking garage, like at the airports where you got to like go around a curve, where you got to kind of turn in. Was that kind of how you did it?
Yeah, I was in Chicago. So anybody going to Chicago downtown, you got to find parking. Be careful. And one of the main parking garages downtown, man. Me and my daughter was up in Chicago doing something, and yeah, I curbed it real bad up in Chicago, real bad.
Yeah, yeah. I thought it was dope, man, how you took I say us, your YouTube family along with you when you were down in Florida with your daughter.
Yeah, man. Like I do a little bit. I don't try to put my kids too much out there, but I like to, like I'm a father as well. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So it's just part of my life, and and I know it's a lot of people watching. I mean, like my audience is 90, not like 95% men. So probably a lot of us are fathers. So if I can show any of the good aspects of being a father, I'm gonna try to show it just to try to be an example to an extent. And but I'm enjoying time with my daughter at the same time. We just have fun doing things. Same thing when I go like looking at houses with my mom. It's just something fun to do. And my mom has got a real nice personality, so I like sharing that with everybody as well.
yeah. Um, I know you got both of them sitting there behind you. Me personally, I was watching a video of yours, and this is one thing that really impressed me, and because you didn't have to do it. I saw some, we'll say, by numbers, smaller YouTubers, right? And you put them in your Aventador, and you put it in launch mode. It was one of the funniest things I've seen. But the fact of the matter is that you open yourself up to some up and coming YouTubers, man. I even follow those guys to this day. What makes you do those? What makes you tick in that particular way that you have all these toys and memes, and you still communicate with a YouTuber with 25 subscribers? What makes you? Why do you do that?
Man, for me, like that's what you're supposed to do. Like for me, like because we all start somewhere. We all start small, right? So in my book, you're supposed to do that. Like if somebody's coming up, the only thing that would stop me from doing that is I have limited time, right?
Yeah,
So I have to for me, like the filter is just how bad somebody wants to do something. Like, okay, look, it's gonna be hard to catch up with me, but if you're trying to catch up with me, you're gonna catch me. Cause I wanna help you out, you know what I'm saying? But like I got all these different things going on. But if you really want it, like you keep emailing me or you keep hit me up on the DM, I'm eventually gonna do it because I'm gonna find the time and I'm gonna have a spot and time, and then I'm gonna be like, come on, let's do it. So if it works out, that's just what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So and you always smaller than somebody else, and you want to. Sometimes I'll reach out to somebody that's bigger than me, and I'll say maybe I want to do something, and hopefully they think like I do. and then there's always somebody smaller than you, and if you don't help them, like, what good are you when you reach out to somebody bigger than you? That's whack. So like I'll give you 2 examples though, man.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say no names, man, but like, you don't want
Demonology.
I'll say one name, right? So Tall Guy Car Reviews, right? Tall Guy Car Reviews reached out to me when he had about 12,000 subscribers, and I had probably, I think I had probably like 30,000 or 40,000 or something like that, right? He might not even have 12,000 subscribers, but he reached out to me and he said, you know, he just commented in my videos and was saying something about like he liked what I was doing. He told me to check out his channel. So I was like, okay, you know, he's supporting me, so I'm gonna go check out his channel. This is when he, like, before he had, I think he didn't even have his Hellcat yet. He might have just got it, or he was getting ready to get it, right? So I checked out his channel, and I recognized something. Like, one thing about people that hustle, if you know what the grind is and you know what the hustle is, you know how to recognize it in other people. So what I saw in him watching his videos, I was like, this dude is passionate. This dude is hustling, and he has a vision, and he's passionate, and he's going, like, one of them things, like, you die trying, right? You get it or you die trying to get it, right? So I saw that in him. So when he reached out, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna support him. I'm gonna subscribe to his channel, and later on down the road, when his channel started growing, he reached back out to me. He said, yo, I never reviewed a Lambo before, and he was like, would you let me drive your Lambo and blah, 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 right? So then I was looking, I was like, okay, well, I really wouldn't let nobody drive the Lambo, but let me listen to what he's saying, right? So he said he was going to drive all the way from Minnesota to Ohio. And I was like, okay, this dude willing to grind like that. I see success, man. Either with me or without me, this dude's going to be successful. So I'd rather be a part of somebody's success when I see that grind and that hustle, the same grind and hustle I have. So I was like, all right, come on out here, we'll do it. Like, so he came out here, he reviewed my Lamborghini, and like I said, I think at the time, I don't know if he was bigger or smaller, like around the same at that point in time, but anyway, you see how big he is now, right?
Yeah.
So imagine if I ignored the dude, or imagine if I didn't never like rock with him when he said, check out my channel, when he had a few thousand subscribers. If I never did that, then I wouldn't have no relationship and be able to enjoy seeing him grow. So, you know, that's one story. But then, I mean, I collab with people that were smaller than me, that got way bigger than me, and then it's no time of day. But they was different kind of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Different kind of people. But, you know, like, I try to just do, you know, treat others how you would like to be treated. That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you're never the biggest, you're never the smallest. But so you got to treat people how you want to be treated. That's it.
Nah, that's a dope story, man, and I'm glad you shared that. And I had no idea of the numbers at the time. I think I started following Tall Guy. He already had the Hellcat at the time when I started following him. Still living in Minnesota and all that good stuff. But speaking of Tall Guy Car Reviews, man, and I know I've mentioned this to you. I'm going out to LA tomorrow morning. Flying out of here 6 a.m. Land at LAX at 10:30 a.m. I'm looking forward to taking my YouTube channel to LA. And it's a couple things I want to do in LA, even though there are different restrictions going on. I'm still going out there because I'm a grinder, I'm a hustler, and I'm gonna go out there and accomplish my goals in 2 or 3 days, man. And I'm glad you brought him up because his story is so compelling. At least the portions that he's been able to share is so super compelling. And if people were to just do like I do, hit the filter, start with the oldest video, and watch all the way down.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There is no way you can't be motivated to go out and pursue your dreams. He had everything stacked against him.
You see the whole thing,
the whole thing. And to bring it back to you, what are those key things that you shared doing the filter, going back to some of your earliest videos? What are those key things that you shared that can inspire, encourage, motivate people that are watching right now?
So, like, I mean, you know, like through life experiences, like I said, it's another thing. People say real recognize real, but like real what, right? So, like, if you really from the hood, for example, like you could sometimes recognize other people that's from that hood and that they had that same struggle, right? Or real, whatever your experience is, right? So, like, for me, man, I grew up poor. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the hood, inner city, predominantly black neighborhood. And I didn't like, for me, it was the theme growing up. The theme was, no, you can't have that because we don't have money for that. Or the theme was kids laughing at me at school because my clothes was super whack. You know what I'm saying? My clothes was
Facts.
bad. I had hand-me-downs. Or the thing, it was themes like that that for me, I was just like, okay, like, all right, I see how it is. Like, I'm gonna make sure when I get older and when I get old enough to make my own decisions, I'm gonna make sure none of this is the case. You know what I'm saying? So like, and but no silver spoon. You know, nobody handed me anything. Like my dad died, uh, probably the most influential African American in the city. But no, they didn't have no. I didn't get passed down nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like other than I had a great father, a great example, and that, but I no money. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay, if you come from that kind of a background, you can still achieve and you can still be successful, no matter what your background is. And you mentioned Corey, Tall Guy Car Reviews, like he had the challenges, in the court system and going through that, and then being kind of blacklisted once you get out of the situation you're in. So luckily I didn't have that, but we all have something, right? So I try to share.
Yeah.
I just try to share the realness. I did go and get educated. I did go to college. I took that route. I show why that worked for me, but it might not be the route for everybody. I showed, like, once I started making a little bit of money, I didn't blow it right away and, go and buy a lot of flashy cars and stuff like that. I started buying houses. I'm going to at least buy the house where I live. And then I'm going to buy the next house where I live. And I'm going to buy the next house where I live. And then when I get done with it, I'm gonna keep it and I'm gonna rent it out, and I'm gonna use it. So I show that whole thing. And like, if you see from the time that I had my very first YouTube video with that Lamborghini Gallardo, it was a 2006, cost me $105,000. You see from there to now, and the point where I had like 3 Lamborghinis in the garage, like, ain't no secrets, man. I'm showing everything I did to get to that point. And so people see, the last 4 years of my life, how things went.
Yeah, and man, I appreciate you sharing that background and kind of bringing everything into the last few minutes of your channel and your life. And myself and my co-host Car Show Rail, we got similar backgrounds too. And I think that's another reason why we've gravitated to following what you're doing. I always look at you as a successful person that overcame, like you said, poverty, and I've been there too. I look at you as a giant in real life.
Appreciate
Like
that.
I don't quantify people by the number of subscribers
Hmm.
because I mean I know 5-year-old kids that play with toys and they have 5 million subscribers. So that is not a true reflection of success.
Right.
In my opinion, a true reflection of success, at least from me being from the hood, is seeing somebody make it out, but not
Yeah.
just make it out,
Right.
reach back,
Yeah, you got to do that.
draw the blueprint, and
Yeah,
share the blueprint.
exactly.
And I'm just giving you your props, giving you your flowers right now because you made it out. You drawing up the blueprint, you sharing the blueprint, and if people, like you just said, would watch and listen,
Right.
they're gonna win.
Yeah.
What's something that you can share with the people, man? I don't know if it's a motivational quote, if it's something to live by.
Hmm.
What's a nugget that you can kind of drop to them? Like, hey, they're watching right now. The economy is kind of funny right now because of what's going on in the world, man. What's something that you can? How can you encourage them real quick if you don't mind?
Yeah, man. Let me touch on something that you just said though, like, because that means a lot to me. Because for me, if I can if I can demonstrate what you just said and reach somebody and they see what I'm trying to do, for me, that's all I need. I don't need no money from YouTube. I don't need, like, I got into YouTube. I don't care what I make on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for you to tell me that is exactly what I was hoping I could do, is to be like, okay, I got these cars. Because really what it is, bro, these cars are a trick, man. These
Mm,
cars are a trick. These cars are for me to get the young version of me to pay attention. And then once he pays attention because he sees these cars, then I can actually give him something. You know what I'm saying? That he really needs, not really this. Because this is like a fishing lure, bro. It's a trick to get somebody in and then teach them something so that they can be they can reach their maximum potential. That's what the cars really are. So I appreciate you recognizing that, man, and I appreciate you affirming that what I'm doing, you're getting it and you're seeing it, because that means the most to me, more so than anything else I'm doing on YouTube. But as far as like helping people, you know, like for those of you guys that missed the beginning of this live stream, one of the things I go by, which is like my motivational quote, is figure out what you want and act accordingly. So that means once you see what you want in your life, look at those people that have it, and then see what they're doing to achieve it, and then act like they act and do those things that they do. And of course, legal things, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know,
Yeah,
like sometimes there's people out there doing illegal stuff, but we all
yeah,
know that's wrong, and we don't, you know, jail is no place to be. So I'm talking about those people that are in the situation where they don't have to worry about going to jail because of what they have, or they don't have to worry about being able to feed their family and put clothes on their family and put a house over the head of their family members because they did the right things. You want to learn what they do, see what they do, and then be able to emulate it for your own life. And that's what I try to do with YouTube, man. Try to share
yeah.
what that, so somebody could see it and somebody could use something. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. Figure out what you want in life and act accordingly.
Nah, that's dope, man. I'm glad you said that again, because I've seen a lot of people come into the chat since we started, and I'm glad you said another thing. And it's like I feel like I'm talking to myself almost, because literally you're from the hood, I'm from the hood. My clothes were terrible. I had holes in my shoes. I went through a lot of that, and even I found myself as an adult overcompensating for my years of going through poverty, because now
Yep.
I have money. Now I'm buying
Yep.
clothes and name
Yep.
brands, and I got nice cars all the time. Hey, Will,
Yeah.
I found myself really just overcompensating. Like now I'm important. And you know what I found out, Will? Now a different group of people talk about me.
Mm-hmm.
People will always talk about you, and money, cars don't quantify you as successful.
Right.
Subscribers don't qualify
Right.
you as successful. And that's why I wanted to tell you that, because I watch a lot of YouTube, you know, because once I got into YouTube, I wanted to do my research, and I see a lot of, I'll just say it this way, empty vessels.
Mm-hmm.
And people say they're important because they have 20 million subscribers, 1,800,000 subscribers. And
Mm-hmm.
I've seen YouTubers go from, let's say, 1,000 subscribers to a million. And I've seen them change in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what do you do to protect yourself from changing through quote
Yeah.
unquote YouTube success?
So for me, like with YouTube, I know what YouTube is, right? I know the psychology behind people's reactions with YouTube. But I know for me, like I'm the same dude no matter what. So no matter if people want to, like I have somebody ask me for an autograph, you know, before at these car meets and stuff like that. But the people that see me around, like they don't even have to do that because they know how regular I am. They know how I'm not like on some different level as far as YouTube and none of that. So I know what it is, man. Like sometimes people see stuff on YouTube, they see you on the media, and they think they put you in a different category or different like pedestal and see you differently. But once they see me, like see how regular I am, like it's all you know, like all that stuff dissipates real quick. But to answer your question, man, like I stay around the people that I grew up with. I stay around even in situations where like nobody's perfect, right? So
Yeah.
you got family members, you got friends that may do things not how you would do them, but I keep people close to me, man, that help make me who I am. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't gonna treat me no differently no matter what happens with YouTube. Cause matter of fact, they're gonna be with me. You know what I'm saying? Like so if I start blowing up on YouTube, you're gonna be right there with me. So like I don't know how many of my videos you probably seen where I got some of my friends, you know, like
Oh
driving my
yeah, yeah,
cars. You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
them the same people that was with me when I was in the dirt, you know, like 4 years old coming outside to play. You know what I'm saying? So they keep me who I am and they know. And the other thing is, bro, no matter how much success you have with YouTube or how much money you make, it can all be temporary. So if you know it's temporary, you better not start acting like something brand new because when it's gone, what you gonna do? Does that mean when it's gone, you're gonna be somebody different? You're gonna have to like turn into somebody different? No, you need to stay the same person who you are. Try to do good things, do right by people, and if you become successful, cool. If it takes longer or shorter, just know that it's temporary, man. It's just like these cars. Like I almost see the cars like they're not even mine to a certain extent, because it's like even just coming, you know, and having experiences, being a human being on Earth, like all this is temporary, man. So like I look at it and understand it for what it is, and I just try to be the best human being I can be and treat people, and I want people to remember me based on what I tried to do with them, like what I tried to give or what I tried to represent, which is way more important than what happens on YouTube or what kind of cars or money you make and stuff like that.
Yeah, and everything you just said leads me to my next question, if it's even really a question. Your brand. Everything you just said, the person that you are, how you treat people, how you even look at cars and how you look at money, how you use your past struggles growing up poor. Um, how does that play into your brand?
Man, when I think brand, man, you know the real thing I think, bro. The first thing that comes to my mind is how my kids look at me.
Wow.
That's when I think brand. That's what I think. I don't even think about like too much what I think. I think about what other people can get from me, but I don't really think about what so much what my brand is necessarily when it comes to other people. When I think about my brand, I think about my kids, my mom, my family, my friends. How do they see me? Because they really know me. You know what I'm saying? And I should be having some type of positive impact on their lives. Then you know, what's the positive impact I can have on other people's lives? But my brand, you know, I want to represent for my race, for black males, you know what I'm saying? I want to be a good example so that people, when they see a black male, they don't always think something negative what they see on TV. That's what I try my brand in the public. When I go on YouTube, I'm constantly thinking about what my brand is, as what people see me as. They see me as a black male. They see he got a little bit of money or whatever. He's not politically correct with the way he's talking all the time, but I can, you know what I'm saying? So I share a little bit of that as well. But my brand is like, when they see me, what do they really see? And then how am I going to represent for all the other people that look like me? You know what I'm saying? That's what I think about when I think brand.
Facts, man. And what you just said reminded me of something that happened to me when I first got my I-8. And you know, it's an interesting car. You know, when the doors come up, you know, it gets a lot of attention. I was back in my city. I'm from Durham, North Carolina, from the hood in Durham, and people that know about Durham, North Carolina know it was literally the murder capital of our state.
Hmm.
But I have an obligation to go back home. My mom still lives there, and I just love my city. And
Hmm.
what I remember, one of my favorite moments going home was being at the gas station and just going to get some gas. And I saw a little boy, probably 11 years old, with his mom,
Hmm. Hmm.
and he was walking up to me, and she said, "Oh, he wants to take a picture of your car." I was like, "Yes, ma'am, he can take a picture of the car." So I felt in my heart, I said, you know, it reminded me of me when I was a child.
Exactly.
And I said, you know what? I'm gonna pour into this young man. And I
Right.
told him, I said, man, you listen to your mom, you do good in school, you protect your mother, and you can
Hmm.
have this car and anything beyond that. Have you ever had, as we have about a minute left on this broadcast, do you have those moments?
Hmm. Oh yeah. Like, you know, the funny thing, man, like, for me, like it's cool. It's cool because I have those moments with young black kids, right? And it's one thing, but then you have those moments with, you know, white kids and stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And so my thought is like, okay, I'm gonna make this kid remember that when he gets older and he becomes a man and he maybe gets in a position of power and influence, I want him to remember this experience that he has with another black man, so that he doesn't have this perception that he could have got from somewhere else, man. So it's equally, it's different, man. I start, because you know, if you're not like, if they don't see you as anybody special, then they're not hearing you, they're not seeing you, right? But when they see
yeah.
you as somebody special because you got this nice car or something like that, and they want to take a picture, then you like, I start thinking different. Like, okay, well, what kind of impression am I going to leave so that this world can be a better place? You know, so you know, like, it's been interesting. I have a lot of those situations have come up, man, and
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
that's what my YouTube channel is all about, though.
For sure, man. Well, we got 15, 20 seconds left on this broadcast. I want to thank you, Will Motivation, for dropping by to Cartalk TV and everybody that's listening. Make sure y'all subscribe to Will Motivation's channel and make sure you subscribe or follow Cartalk TV here on
Definitely.
Instagram, man. Thank you, Will. Appreciate you.
Hey, thank you, man, and appreciate it. And y'all follow Car Talk TV.
All right, baby.
All right, peace, bro.